Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. And if you just watched the first part of this video, welcome back. Yes, I'm wearing the same outfit if you just watched that video, because you know what, I'm like, why don't I just film this back to back and get this out for you guys. Now if you didn't see the first video and this is the second one, I mean, you can watch the first one or you could go back to watching it. I do suggest you do watch it either way, if you want to pause this and go there, or watch it after. It kind of makes a little sense to see something, like hear some things that I said in the first one to this one, but you won't be completely lost, to be honest. But if you want to hear some tea and hear the scoop, then go back to listen to that. But I am filming, if you are just tuning into this video, I'm filming in my car. We're in quarantine, I don't want everyone to hear me, and you know, my boyfriend's playing video games, so I'm gonna let him be in the car. It's more personal. So this is a story time of when I caught my stupid boyfriend at the time, cheating on me for the second time with 4 girls, guys. 4 girls. Homeboy got real brave and got 4 girls, okay? Like, what? And I found out on my own. Now, whew, I already feel my blood pumping like I'm going through it again. Real quick, you guys, I suggest you get comfortable, go get a snack, go get a drink, get what you need, get comfortable, because whew, this story, guys, oh my god. Okay, so this was like maybe roughly 4 to 6 months after I caught him cheating the first time, right? With 2 girls. In my opinion, it was 2 girls. Okay, you guys could watch the other one and let me know what you think, if it was 2 girls or if you'd even consider it cheating. But this one was cheating, okay? This one, 4 girls cheating, okay? This boy, okay, so we're going to the movies one night, to a premiere. I forgot what movie, but we were going, and it was at midnight. And it was like, that week he was already acting a little weird, and I could feel it in my bones. That's how bad it was. Like, I could feel it in my bones that he was up to no good. Now, in the last video, I said how, you know, he begged me to stay with him and he'd let me go through his phone whenever I want. He gave me the passwords. Well, guess what? That ended, okay? Because he got tired of me going through his phone. And I mean, if you had to go through your significant other's phone to make sure that they're not doing you wrong, you shouldn't be in that relationship. So he got tired of it. I could understand, but like, you put yourself in there, bro. You could have just pieced out, didn't have to deal with him, and like, you know what, yeah, I cheated, it is what it is, moved on. But you agreed to this, but whatever. So it was a fight and whatnot and whatever, so I just didn't get to look through his phone. But he was extremely more sus when we were going to the movies, because I'm like, he's like, I don't know, like, I'm getting these vibes, and you know, you just get that feeling like you just know something's up. Well, that's what I was feeling. I was like, I could feel it. I could feel something is up, okay? Now, he was on his phone a lot and whatever, so he worked nights, and so he would normally get home at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So whatever, so after that movie night that we had, like, I think it was like maybe like not even 2 days, it was like 2 days later-ish, like a day or 2 later, and I still had that feeling, and I was like, it's just not sitting right with me. Like, I know something's up. I just know something's up. I have to check. And I was like, how can I get into his phone? Like, he changed his password. But my fingerprint was still in his phone. He had an iPhone, and like, I don't know why I didn't think of that. So, but like, my fingerprints for some reason sometimes didn't always work. And it worked, and then like, I closed out and it wasn't working. So he was sleeping, so like, he was dead asleep, because it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. He just got home at 4, so he was knocked, okay? So I used his fingerprint. And I was going through his phone, checking everything, right? I was checking everything. I didn't see anything in his text messages, didn't see anything on Instagram, but I saw pictures, and it was like in the deleted folder, and I'm like, so why is it there's pictures of like a girl fingering herself, and I was like, oh, but you couldn't see the girl's face at first. They were different shades, right? Like different skin shades, and so I could tell, like, it wasn't like, oh, off by like a shade. No, like there were different skin tones, so I could tell that like it wasn't the same girl, different nails and stuff like that, right? So I just knew that it wasn't the same girl, and then I saw the one picture that was the girl and whatever, and I was just like, wow. And then I was like, all right, I'm searching. I'm like, all right, so there's pictures of nudes, girls fingering themselves, all this. Okay, I'm already fuming. Now I check everything else, like Instagram, stuff like that. I didn't find anything except Snapchat. Okay, I'm looking and I'm like, I don't see anything out of the ordinary of name-wise except one girl, and I checked it. And guess what? There was nothing there at first until I scrolled up and I saw a conversation. And I was like, oh, I saw nudes. And it was like, okay, it was different because I don't know where those other pictures came from that were in his deleted files of photos, but I saw this saved. It was saved now. Those were deleted. This is saved in a conversation that he could go back to. And it was like nudes of a girl, and you know, she was a heavy set girl, and she wasn't that cute, honestly. Like, she looked ratchet. I'm gonna be honest. Like, you know, I have nothing against heavy set girls, you know, like a lot of them, they rock it so good, okay? Like, they could carry themselves great, but this girl was not. Like, she looked like she got in a fight with like a lawnmower and it won. That's how her hair looked. She did not look like she kept up with herself. And the first, like, one of the pictures was a titty picture, and her titties did not look like voluptuous. Wow, they looked like saggy, like they were reaching her belly button kind of thing. They were not perky. They weren't sagging that low because they were big. No, like, they looked like deflated water balloons that have just been hanging so long. So like, I was confused of why you'd want to say that. Like, I mean, I don't have anything going on here as it is except a push-up, and you know, it's mosquito bites, but I'm still thick. You know, like, I got a nice little body. I make it work. You know, I got a little bit of a booty. But I was just lost for words because I'm like, you really downgraded with this chick. Like, I thought the other girl that I just saw, the only one in your deleted one, was bad. But this one, like, oh my God. I was like, bro, at least do better. Like, get a hotter chick so I could be like, you know what, I could see why you cheated, because like, wow, you really went up there and you got a model or something. No, this bitch was freaking fugly, ugly. I was so mad, so freaking mad. But whatever. So I'm having to think fast, right? And I had to think fast because he's sleeping and he's starting to move. So I couldn't take a screenshot because it's on Snapchat, so it's going to notify her that a screenshot happened. So I took a picture with my phone, and I made sure that I could see like her username for Snapchat so I could message her. Now, I didn't say nothing to him because I was collecting everything, right? So I took it, I left his phone where it was, didn't say anything. I went to work, and I was messaging my best friend Jess, and I was like, girl, you know what Stupid did? Stupid did it again. And she was like, what are you talking about? I sent her the screenshots, and I took screenshots also of the deleted pictures as well, because I knew he would clear it out once I would say something and say I was lying. So make sure you always have your proof when you catch someone cheating, okay? Because you need that to be like, no, you can't lie when I got it right here, okay? So you gotta make sure you always have your proof. So whatever. So I told her, I sent her everything. Sorry guys, somebody was coming, so I didn't want them to look at me crazy. So yeah, so I sent her the whole conversation. She was like, oh my God. Now, I forgot to tell you guys in the last video that that Jess, you know, she was like, you know, like she was always like, I'd go to her house and she'd be like, look, there's plenty of room for you to live with me, you know, and whatever. And she was like always joking around, or I took it as joking around and whatever. So like, I never thought anything of it. And at that point, like, I was still living with him, and I was just like, I asked her, I was like, I'm not gonna, like, I'm just gonna leave. She's like, did you say anything to him? I was like, no, not yet. Like, I'm trying to, like, ambush him, right? So I was like, is it okay if do you think, like, you could ask your mom if I could move in? Because she lived with her parents, and, you know, like, I love her family, and, you know, they like me, so I think they love me. I'm pretty sure they do. So I was like, can you ask your parents, please, like, you know, and it could just be temporary and that. And she was like, okay. So I think it was like not even 10 minutes, and she messaged me back and was like, my mom said, yeah, it's fine. And I was like, okay, thanks. Like, it helps so much. And that she's like, yeah, she's like, when do you want to do it? And I was like, tomorrow. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, was it tomorrow? Yeah, it was tomorrow. You know why? Because, okay. So I was like, tomorrow. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. She's like, what are you going to do? So this is what I did. Okay. I was like, all right. She didn't have work. And I remember I was like, I'm going to pack all my stuff, but not let him know that, like, I was packing my stuff and leaving. So I packed it discreetly, so, like, he would work late. So when I got home from work, he would be already gone. So it gave me time to put a lot of stuff in my car. And nobody else was home. His grandma wasn't home. So I was like, okay. So I packed up as much as I could without it being noticeable and put it in my car. And I packed everything, and I left a lot of things so it didn't look like I left anything, like I wasn't leaving or anything, and whatever. So I already had a storage unit because there wasn't enough room at the house for me, so I was just gonna move everything to the storage unit until, like, you know, like I found my own place or whatever. And so whatever, did she help me? No, but I told her the story, or, like, I was like, the plan, right? So whatever, fast forward to the next day. Now he was getting ready to leave and whatever. I was playing it off, even though, oh my god, it killed me not to want to, like, beat this boy. I swear to god, he brought the crazy out of me though, right? And, like, you know, like, so sorry guys, somebody was walking by. So I wanted to, like, knock the crazy out of him so bad, whatever. So did I have off? I don't remember if I had off, but I just know that he went to work and I was home, and I was like, all right babe, I love you, bye, you know, whatever, playing it cool, didn't say anything yet, right? And I didn't have that much more to move. So when I did, as soon as he left, I moved everything that I had left into my car, and then I sent him a message because I waited to make sure, because we had each other's locations. I made sure to keep that, right? So I had messaged him and I made sure he was at work, right? And I was just like, I was like, do you have anything to tell me? He's like, oh my god, not this again, what? And this was all through, like, voice memos, and it was in an old phone it was the phone that he was paying for, so I gave it back to him eventually. We'll get to that. So he's like, oh my god, not this again. I was like, oh well, who's, like, I forgot, like, I'm gonna make it up, Kiki, right? And he was like, oh, that's